What's going on, guys? Kenny here with Attention to Details. Hope you all have been well. I decided to come to the shop today to give you guys an update on the Porsche 964. So we had a meeting yesterday, me, Brian, our painter Joe, and the owner of this vehicle to go over what we wanted to do with paint. Now, originally, looking at the car, this vehicle has like 38 mils of paint on it, which if you know anything about paint, that's a lot. This car has a lot of paint to work with, which is great, but there are some spots on the vehicle that are just pretty rough, and it's not that we couldn't bring them back with some polish or even some fine touch-up paintwork, blending and things like that, but the level of car that this is, we just want to do things the right way. Some of these spots where there's green tape, Brian went ahead and taped off where the clear coat's chipping away. This car does have a layer of clear on it that's been chipping just around the windows. There's some fine chips here, mostly along the windows, like I said. This car is going to be ready for paint in about 2 weeks, so it is definitely crunch time for us here at the shop. Our part in this is getting this car fully stripped, disassembled, and ready for paint. Now, the motor is currently out of this vehicle, and we will be going to the shop where this motor is. We had a shop take the motor out, and then the motor is getting shipped to a Porsche specialist, I believe in Indianapolis, and we're still kind of going back and forth about what exactly to do with the turbos. One really cool thing about this car is that it is so unique and so rare at this point. As soon as I posted a video and some pictures of this, I'm getting guys from like Arizona, a few different places in the US that are getting a hold of us to give us some tips and some pointers that have done Porsche 964 builds, specifically the 3.6 liter turbo, and some pretty good advice so far. So we're probably going to talk to those guys over at TurboCraft here in the next week, sit down, give them a call, kind of see some of the things that they've done to their 964s with building these cars. I know they talked about like turbo placement for the exhaust, things like that. So it is pretty cool as we get into this and we start to figure things out about the 964. We're also learning a lot from other people. So one cool thing about making videos and putting content on the internet is you get a lot of people that want to be a part of your build and know a lot about it a lot of the time. So it is pretty helpful. Now, another project that we currently are working on, this Audi R8 V10 gated manual, currently has the rear bumper off and also the front bumper, which both bumpers went to get paint. We have them back here in the shop. I can go in the office and show you guys how great they came out, but we're waiting to put the rear bumper on because we still have a lot to take off. We're replacing the exhaust on this. I thought we were putting Miltech on it. I believe I mentioned that in another video, but there are a few different options of exhausts that we're kind of bouncing back and forth to go with on the Audi R8. It's a V10, it sounds amazing already, but this thing will really scream once it has an upgraded exhaust. So waiting to get the bumpers back on really until we get the exhaust. We have a really cool project coming along with a close buddy, Rudy. He just bought an Audi RS4, which is like the four-door sedan. I believe it's like a 2016, 17, maybe it's an 18. I'm sorry, I know it's kind of a wide range. We will have some video content on that. He just got a new exhaust in, and I'll show you guys quickly. I don't want to put too much of it out there. I know he has shared some pictures and stuff, but I don't want to put too much of it out there until we make the video. But there is just a quick peek at this exhaust, and it is the real deal. F1, this exhaust was custom made for his RS7 in Japan, I want to say. So pretty cool. We're going to be doing a video on the install on that, which we're going to be doing here at the shop. It's all bolt-on stuff, should be a pretty cool process. We'll be doing some before and after, like of the sound of the RS7 before, the sounds of it after. And here's just a quick shot of the Audi R8 bumpers that were just sprayed. And as you can see, it looks pretty great. And our painter Joe is one of the best that I've seen for sure. What I like about him is he's very, very particular and very picky with his work, just like we are with our detail work. He dropped off, I believe he took the front bumper because it had some rock chips first. Well, he got it fully painted, fully sprayed, brought it back, was taking it out of the truck and got a little tiny nick in it. He wasn't happy with it, so he took the bumper back, re-sanded and resprayed it. That just kind of talks or speaks for the level of work that, you know, he holds to, so that's really awesome. Now, another thing, Audi RS4 here. There's a lot going to be going on with this. This car does have Miltech exhaust already. We just got the mirrors back for the Audi RS4, which they were painted this silver. A lot of the S-Series and RS-Series cars have like the actual metal mirrors and metal trim. This car does have the metal trim, but it does not have the metal mirrors, and the owner currently had them wrapped in like a carbon fiber wrap. We decided to go back to just, you know, the regular satin color, bring this car back to its somewhat original form. Now these wheels were originally off of Brian's Audi Rs4, but they look very, very good on there. Now I know the owner mentioned doing some coilovers on this car, and he wants me to find a new grille for this car. See how this car has the license plate, you know, bumper thing there? They make grills that don't have that at all. They're just like the pure honeycomb and has the Quattro logo and the RS4 logo. That's something that he wants. We'll probably have to swap the logos, which is cool too. So a lot going on. The Audi S4 over there, always projects going on with that. Kind of right now it's sitting in limbo, just waiting to get a few parts in for it. We did clay bar the car, so it looks pretty good. Much better than it did. We've replaced the door since we've got this car. Right now we have some tape over the window over there because we have a new window actuator which makes the window go up and down when you hit the button. The old one went out. We do have a new one, we just haven't installed it. And the Ferrari is here. We had to order a brand new bumper from Ferrari. That's kind of a holdup with the Ferrari. At this point, the polishing is 99% done. We have like a little bit of refining to do just because it's been sitting around. Another thing we did on the Ferrari, just to touch on real quick, went through and did the wheel wells. And as you can see, all those cast parts look much, much better than they did. There's still a little bit of grime on there, but some of that stuff, guys, has been cooked on there for about 20 years. I know parts like this right here, they were completely black before we took the steamer to them and some other methods of cleaning. We did touch up the Ferrari red brake calipers. They look pretty good. But we are getting a machine. I don't want to talk too much about it, but we are getting something here in the next few weeks that will be able to bring all of that stuff back to its like 100% factory finish. So be on the lookout for that. But I think that's going to wrap up today's video. I have a few other things to get done this morning. So guys, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We'll catch you in the next one.